We have here in the bike store today the brand new WINSPACE T1600. This is their newest iteration to their flagship lineup. They had the T1500, they did the T1550, then the second gen. I rode the 1500 and I rode the 1550, and they both were great bikes, but this one has some crazy remodelings done to it, with the biggest one being this D-shaped air intake, which we'll talk about in just a second, because I have never, in my 15 years of being in a bicycle store, have ever seen anything like this. This is literally, it's like having love handles on a bicycle, you know? Like, wrap up on a thing, like, yeah. But never in my life have I seen this before. But they did put out some crazy aero claims from the previous T1550 second gen. They said this thing's like 5.5 watts faster, over 48 kilometers, at 48 kilometers an hour, at 100 kilometers or something like that. I'll talk to you guys about that in just a second. And they made some changes to the front of the bike, which is a very sharp point to this front of the bike as well. Crazy looking. I mean, they even have like what looks to be like a speed sniffer. Everyone's kind of going with that deeper front end. But I mean, it looks very aerodynamic, but then also the handlebar. This is their newest iteration of the handlebar. They have always had their Zero handlebar, their Zero SL. This is now their Hyper. This is their one-piece bar and stem. It's compatible with a bunch of other bikes out there. They have lists for like Pinarello, Scott, Specialized, all these different things. They say this thing's made with Kevlar carbon fiber, and I think the color of this thing is gorgeous. It matches this bike. I think they did a phenomenal job with the paint job in here, which we'll show in just a second. Has a nice flare to it. I think it's about 6 degrees of flare, so you can kind of see that on the overtop. Kind of canters in a little bit for aerodynamics, but a very sharp nose piece. And then this, I think they said this is even like 3.7 watts faster than the Zero SL as well. So some pretty bold aero claims, but I'll show you everything they changed with this bike. Will weight as well. This is a size large. I'm gonna be building this thing up. I got some plans for this thing. I got some plans actually really soon to build this thing up with Durace, a really lightweight machine crank that I just showed you guys. And I'm really excited to ride this bike because I want to see what this feels like. The only thing I could say with this, I mean, I know there's this fairings right here. You know how like on your bike, whenever you're like pedaling down, like you put your like leg next to it, even on a bike that doesn't have this, I feel like sometimes I might hit that. But this might be the exact same style of like a seat stay where it bows out a little bit. And I have pretty valgus knees, like my knees go in a little bit. So who knows, but a really good looking bicycle. Another thing to it as well, they raised the price. And it is an expensive bicycle. This is not the WINSPACE that we used to know back in the day, the T1500 days where the frame was $1,200. This T1600 is $2,400 for just the frame, fork, and seat posts. The handlebar is $400, bringing this module up to $2,800. They are in territory now of Western brand bicycles. I mean, that is up there. Yes, it's still cheaper, but it is getting up there for sure. So they're competing at high levels. It is UCI certified. They have a women's pro team as well. They race in the Tour de France. They race in a bunch of classic races and tours. But WINSPACE is trying to push the boundaries and become the biggest name out there in China cycling for sure. So let me go ahead and let's take a look at some features and talk about what this bike is capable of. All right, so the bike itself can fit up to a 700 by 32C tire, which seems to be the minimum of what you want for a new bicycle. Yes, it's still an aero bike, but they want it to go ahead and be able to put on a nice comfy tire on there. They're sticking by their guns and they're keeping a lot of their frames with a threaded T47 bottom bracket platform. I believe it's an inboard bottom bracket, but we'll find out during the build. It says it on their build layouts, but it's definitely out there. The frames that they said that this thing's built out of is not just T800, not just T1000, not just T1100, but also Kevlar carbon fiber. So there's 4 types of carbon fiber layup inside this frame itself. And the handlebar, they said, is their own Kevlar carbon fiber as well. So they have a ton of different elements for stiffness, for compliancy, and also weight. The frame, they said, in a size medium comes in at 900 grams unpainted, which we'll put to the test. This looks like a pretty heavy paint job. So I'm gonna assume that's gonna be over 1,000 grams for this large with hardware on there. I'm not taking off any hardware. We'll remove the seat post, we'll remove the fork. But for sure, I'm thinking it's gonna be around the 1,000 gram mark. Well, I'll be surprised if it's not, because this paint job is beautiful, but it looks a little bit heavy on there. But yeah, really, really good looking bike. And with all these different things they put on this bicycle, like this D-shape intake, they say that this is supposed to help with downward force to allow like a fairing almost for aerodynamics. I don't know how much I believe into that. There's only so much you can do with this bike. If anything, I feel like this fairing right here will grab air from this area and put it into your rear wheel. I don't know. You know, like on a motorcycle with fairings where they need the fairings to go ahead and help with downward force, you have a motor pushing that. So that's going to help keep you planted. But this is throwing air, I feel like, into that rear wheel. There's a lot of dirty air here because you're pedaling, but I don't know how that's going to do. Obviously, it's a bicycle. I'm sure it'll ride pretty similar to a lot of these bikes out there, but we'll see. And then this front shape right here as well. This is really, really sharp. I don't know if the camera does it justice, but I haven't seen a bicycle company do this in a long time, and everyone thinks sharp like an arrow, it's going to be aerodynamic, but everyone kind of makes just a rounded head tube. They're going with the design. This thing's going to cut through the wind. The handlebar itself, really sharp as well, very thin. I don't know if you can see that. What the fuck is that right there? What the hell? I don't know if you can see that, but that's very, very sharp. And then same with this. This is extremely sharp right there too. So we'll see how that goes. They make it in 3 different colors: Tour de France yellow and white as well. And then this is the black. You're ugly. I hate you. Get out of my video. And then also they slimmed up the seat post as well, which if you guys remember the T1600 and 1550 pretty much use the exact same seat post. And it was bulky. This thing, they went ahead and made it much more sleeker and much more thinner to help with, 1, aerodynamics, but 2, being a little bit more compliant as well. This is going to give the seat post a little bit more flex to allow the bike to be a little bit more absorbent and give it so your body's not taking all of the hit. Let's go ahead and remove the handlebar, the spacers, the bearings, and we'll take a look at the inside because there is some cool looking Kevlar carbon inside there, and then we'll weigh this bad boy. All right, let's remove this real quick. What the frick? What am I doing wrong? Oh, you're recording? Now I'm recording.
Oh, hi guys.
You're not on here. I have a microphone.
Oh.
All right, so first, this handlebar uses a double bolt clamping style, so they screw into each other. So you're gonna need a 5mm and a T30. I'm underprepared, so I have a T25, but I will not strip it because that is not the way of the Jedi.
Man, bro. Fucking fuck ass dollars.
Dude, again.
They can't hear me?
They can hear you, dude.
Oh, shit.
Ah, bro, you can try and screw up my monetization? Golly. Something wrong with this generation. You guys just don't know how to speak without cussing. You guys like, it's the only way I know how to talk. Talk like, I don't curse anytime, bro. I'm a professional.
All the time.
What are you talking about? Learn how to be a man.
Shut up. Oh my God.
This is exactly what your girlfriend was talking about, and I agree with her.
What?
You gotta be a man. You gotta step up.
Talk to your wife.
Your wife, bro. You gotta have a talk with your wife, bro.
Speed dial for when you misbehave.
I have her on speed dial.
Yeah.
For why I need to do something, ask for prevention.
Why is it making that noise? Did you put grease on it?
No.
Need some carbon paste, bro.
You know what I need to do? I need you to shut up. Pull that.
God damn.
Pull it.
All right, pull it.
Yeah.
Pull!
Yeah.
There you go.
It's because it's so.
Damn.
It's so.
Carbon paste on here. Hold up.
No, I don't need carbon paste on it.
Yeah, you did, bruh.
I'm not right now. I'm gonna build it up. I'll put carbon paste
okay.
in there. Donkey.
But tell them, because then they're going to be like...
You need carbon paste on that.
Yeah, okay, good.
I swear, dude, you're like a donkey.
You hate it, bro. Look at the seat post.
That's why I put in minimum insertion.
Yeah, look at it. You can see what it did to it?
Because we just yanked it out.
Hold up.
All right, let me get the scale real quick.
You see it?
You're not part of this video.
Okay, I'm leaving anyways. Bye.
All right, so here, take a look inside here. You could see like the nice Kevlar pattern inside there. It actually looks really high end. I like the look of this a lot. It's kind of hard with the light. But it has like a yellow tint to it. It looks like they did a really good job. It looks different from all the other frames they used to have. Right there. Looks really good. I don't know what that's going to result to in riding, but we'll figure that out. Let's go ahead and get the scale. All right, we're on the scale of truth now. Size large T1600. We are keeping on here. Water bottle, front door, rear door hanger, and that's it. Seat color is removed, okay? Again, this is painted. Yeah, we're at 1,088 grams, like I said. They say 900 grams for a painted frame. This is, again, an aero frame, so don't expect it to be anything crazy. They added the D-shaped fairings, and this is a really good-looking paint job, and that paint will always add weight. So not bad for the weight of it. Let's go ahead and weigh the seat post next. You guys think I should build up with Duries? Or you guys think I should build up with Ultegra? Let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think I should do in the next episode. Tell me what your favorite thing to do is on a Saturday night. Seat post, 190 grams, uncut. Handlebar. This is, okay, the handlebar they kind of screwed me on. This is at 40 by 95. I haven't ridden a 95 stem in my life. I usually go 120, but I guess that's what we're running with, so that's going to be a fun build. But I'm excited. 323 grams. That's not the lightest by any means, but again, when you put this beautiful looking paint job on there, you're going to have a little bit extra weight on top of there. And then let's just weigh the fork for S and gigs. S and gigs, shits and gigs. This is, again, an uncut steer. So that's going to be an uncut fork, 429 grams. So there's your weights for you guys.